Let's see what the morning news has on it. Mm-hmm. Let's just look at some of this. What's going on? Good morning. Good evening. Some of y'all be sleeping. Let's see. Michigan has been empty. SOS office. Affordable roofing. Not anything fucking important there. Can't afford a fucking house, much less a fucking roof. Let's see. America gets bigger. Yeah. Okay. Some more bullshit propaganda, I'm sure. Hello. Good morning. How are you? Identify yourself, darling. Identify yourself. Don't be shy. Oh, there's Tucker's. There's Tucker. There's fluoride in the water. Let's see. Regrets of dying people. Little girl voice shocked. Okay. Nothing exciting there. Who died first? Power of wisdom. Aunt Sophie. Documentary. From day one to now. More hoo-ha. Let's look for somebody to talk about. World News Report today. He's pretty good, and he has some pretty good commentary. North Carolina Hurricane Helene victims. You know, that was some really fucked up shit right there. Yes, it was. Say good morning, darling. Say good morning. Don't be shy. Don't be in top chat, because I won't be able to see ya. Go to all messages or live. Okay? All messages are lives. But you don't know what that is. Yeah, as above, so below. Alls of insides. Let's see, Tulsi. Oh, women in combat. That seems to be a pretty hot topic with old Peterson there. Walt Disney hoo-ha. They're lying to you. Let's see, Joe says they're lying to you. We all know that already. Nothing special. Bill Gates' ex-wife spilling beans about Bill's trips. Hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Jesus explained the secret to being resilient. Yep, he sure does. Busy homestead, an American homestead. Yep. Better off self-insuring. That's a bunch of hoo-ha. Who were the Celts? Mysterious book explains. Alrighty, la la, la la. Why I will never fly United again. Starkey Farmstead. She's a pretty cool chick. Bobert asked witness if DOD is what? Let's see what Forbes got to say.
Are you sick and tired of lugging around the extra weight and
well, look at that. That's a sight for the fucking morning, isn't it? Skip that shit.
For 5 minutes of questioning.
Listen to
Thank
this.
you, Madam Chair. Now that we have all been cautioned in this committee hearing that the mention of Pentagon's Immaculate Constellation program could put us on a list, well,
Immaculate Constellation. What kind of shit is that?
on many lists, I'm sure. So
I bought a lot of lists. I don't know about y'all.
Just keep going with it. May as well just go all out and say it. The Earth is flat. Birds are government drones. And we've never set foot on the moon, and Joe Biden received 81 million votes in the 2020 election. So let's just see how many lists we could get on here today. But Mr. Schellenberger, I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, list.
I think I understand from this hearing that you would agree that classifying information like this is not in the best interest of the people. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, with the caveat that, of course.
Okay, let's stop right there. We don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Okay, first of all, because they're kind of vague. Oh, let's see. Breaking news. Bobert asked witness if DOD is creating hybrids of humans and non-humans genetics. Well, of course they fucking are. If they have to ask the question, they're freaking doing this shit. Okay? Oh, yeah. I don't have any filters on here except for 18 or older. And then as I make them up as I go along. Identify yourself. I got 7 people in here and I ain't see nobody. Anybody making any comments? No. No. You need to make some comments. Say something. Say hi. Say something. Don't be shy. But anyway, yeah, so they're talking about this stuff. Well, they're already doing the hybrid humanoids and stuff. Elon Musk is doing all that stuff. It's called Neuralink. You know, once you put something mechanical in your body, you are now a hybrid. You're no longer 100% human. You're part mechanical. People don't realize that stuff. But that's the truth. Let's finish listening to what these people got to say. There ain't no telling the crap you'll hear.
Classification necessary to protect secrets essential to national security, but I think it's pretty obvious that there's overclassification.
Overclassification, yes. And so, in most instances, if they can't tell us what, do you think at some point they'll at least tell us why?
President-elect Trump has
Here we
repeatedly
go.
committed to greater transparency, both on the UAP issue, on JFK.
Okay, greater transparency. We would all enjoy having greater transparency in government, simply because, well, especially here in the United States, I don't know where y'all are watching from. If you'll put in where you're watching from, that might help. But there is no such thing as transparency. They give you a little, they pull the curtain back just a little bit and show you what you want to see, or what they want you to see, not anything else. I think that's with any government. Once you get up in there in the high ranks with all that secret security crap and stuff. But I don't know how y'all feel. Cha-cha, girlfriend, I am up early. Tomcat had to be at work at 2 a.m. this morning. So we got up at 1. Yeah, I'm just having my coffee and stuff. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Yeah, our schedule, that's why I haven't been on a whole lot, and he hasn't been on, is because of his schedule. We usually get up about 2:30, 2:45, 3 a.m., but today, he's having to work, so we got up at about 1 something. But, when you get up early, you're supposed to be working, darling. You're supposed to be working. Cha-Cha said, hey, Tomcat. But yeah, so he's working, supposed to be working. And I figure I'll just go live and see what. Oh, yeah, he does. He always has time for me. He does. That's true. You got me on that one. Yeah, he is working. Let's finish looking and see what these idiots are talking about on here. Hold on. It's 2:51 a.m. in the morning. And I wasn't going to go back to sleep. So I figure, well, here we go. Let's see what they got to say.
COVID origins and many other things, so I think that we need to make sure that the next administration is held accountable for that.
Agreed. And this is for all four of you. Yes or no, please. I have many questions I want to get to. Are there any known instances of recovered materials or technologies that are not of human origin and
the big
maybe
question.
connected to any advanced bioscience defense programs within the USG?
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to answer that.
There goes your transparency. Cha-Cha, you haven't been to bed yet? What time is it where you're at? I'm not even sure what part of the country you're in. Or anything. I'll probably go back to sleep here in a little while. I was thinking about going to the flea market later. Midnight there. Oh, wow. So what are you on you're on the East Coast? Oh, I love you too, darling. And see you later. West, yeah. California out that way. West Coast. I tell you what, I just go with the flow. When my body says I'm tired, I sleep. When I'm up, I'm up. I don't, that's one of the cool things about, you know, me, is that I just sleep and rest, and I just do what my body tells me. You know, if I'm hungry, I eat. It doesn't matter what time of day or night, I eat. Now, it will depend on, if it's a heavy meal or not. I don't want anything real heavy at 2 a.m. because that means I got to cook it. Because we don't have a microwave. I personally don't believe in microwaves or televisions. Haven't had a microwave in years. Haven't had a television in probably 15 or 20 years. Whenever they went to those flat screen things and they were so expensive, I was like, screw that. I like them big old heavy box sets that, takes 15 people to move. You have to have rabbit ears. I mean, I think that's the last time I remember having a TV. I had a rabbit ears on it. But, I mean, who really needs a television these days with internet, TV, computers and all that kind of stuff? Who needs it? You know what that is? But you can't guess what that is early in the morning. I'm so redneck, y'all. I'm just redneck. Take a big old swig of it this morning. Oh, yeah. That's water. No, it's not vodka. Tomcat's brother-in-law and sister was over visiting, and I was sitting here drinking out of it, and I asked him, I said, you want a swig of moonshine? And I'm like, oh, no. And I was like, no, it's just water. It's just water. Vodka too early in the morning. I tell you what, Cha-Cha, well, January 1st, 2025, I will be sober and clean from intravenous drug use for 16 years. And I haven't really drank anything besides water, orange juice, pineapple juice, lots of coffee, milk, aloe vera juice. That stuff takes some getting used to. Aloe vera juice really does. But that's all I've really been drinking. Root beer. I don't know if I said root beer. Thank you, Cha-Cha. Appreciate that. It's just one day at a time, and everybody's glad, and so am I, that I sobered up and stuff. So I was making a little joke earlier. I don't know if I've gotten any responses on it yet, but I put it on another platform, not this one. But I marked all ears safe from the Tyson fight. I don't know if that's funny or not. I thought it kind of was, because I remember paying, I think it was like $100 and some odd for pay-per-view back whenever he bit off Evander Holyfield's ear. And that was a trip, because it's like you just seen him spit it out, I was like, what the hell is that shit? Was I seeing stuff? No, he actually bit that man's ear off. And our portion of it, we'll put it like that. But yeah, I think it's one of those Rocky movies, really. That whole fight, bring back the old champ with the new young fighter, and the champ goes down, and somebody wins a big amount of money, and it's all rigged on the backside, But my understanding, they had issues with it. But either way, that old boy beat Mike Tyson last night. Not that that's anything spectacular, considering everything else that's going on in the world. I mean, my gosh, what the fuck, But yeah, I just wanted to get on here. I didn't have anything else to do this morning, and like I said, I've been missing a lot of my regular channels that I normally would go to because of this new schedule, and all, but it is what it is. It's a quiet morning. It's chilly outside. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I'm just seeing the aftermath of all that stuff, Cha-Cha. But I was sleeping. We went to bed early last night so we could get up early this morning, but it's okay. The sun will be up in about, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours, and that's okay. Girl, I had to dig up the whole damn garden. Nothing was coming up other than clovers. So I dug it all up. I replanted some other stuff in different areas, some vine vegetables and some melons. And we've got pumpkins, believe it or not. They're about 6 inches tall. They're starting to fall over the vine. And we just threw them. It was the funniest thing. Me and Tomcat were carving pumpkins for Halloween. And we just took the seeds, threw them down on the ground, and I just took the shovel and threw some dirt over the top of them. And I mean, within 3 days, those babies were up. It's just crazy, right? But nothing else had come up from the first time that I was here during the summer when I initially came to Florida. Yeah. I'll tell you what, girl, I've done gardens my entire life, but this last 2 years, it has been hell for me to get anything to grow. And I mean, you've been with me on some of those trips, like in Lubbock, trying to plant the garden and watching the garden, because I remember seeing you, in the, let's move that out the way, in the lives and stuff, in the comments and everything. But I tell you what, I don't know if it's the operator or the operations, because if it's the operator, that means it's me and I've lost my green thumb, which is not good. But we used Tomcat seeds that he had here, and just nothing was coming up. The potatoes we planted, they greened, but they didn't produce anything. That was the craziest thing as well. But I've been composting and trying to fertilize the dirt and stuff. So I'm hoping, yeah, it's got to be something, because I do a lot of organic gardening, and I have not ever had any of these problems that I've had the last 2 years. Some of this stuff will come up beautiful green, but it won't produce at all. And I've used heirloom seeds. I've used organic vegetables, that I've gotten and stuff, and no pesticides, paid extra money so I could get the fresh seeds and stuff. And those ain't even producing anything. Shoot, when I left Lubbock, there was one tomato plant growing in a container that I had planted back in February, and it wasn't even 8 inches tall. But, they spray that stuff up there. It's got to have some bearing. Now, the cool thing is that I know that the ground is good. I know that the ground is fertile, because every time I put that shovel in there to turn that dirt, there's like a handful of worms, and they're big worms, almost like night crawlers. So I know the ground has to be good, because the worms are surviving in it, and it's dark. It just looks like good dirt. You can kind of tell. And still ain't getting anything. So the other day I planted cucumbers, pickling cucumbers. I want to make some water bath pickles. I want to just can those. And we got the pumpkins coming up. And then I brought from Lubbock with me some Pecos cantaloupe seeds. And I got those planted, and I was thinking about planting some eggplant, and then a couple rows of corn, because I know it's not really in season, but with being down here in Florida, you know, they really don't have no winters. And not compared to West Texas, you know. It's relatively nice, even though it's cold here. So they say it's cold here right now. I think it's like 57 degrees, but still, that's not bad. You know. But yeah, so I've been experimenting with that. I'll tell you what, we'd be starving to death if we had to rely on that garden. But I've learned that getting that stuff to come up is just like hard as all get out now. And I don't know if anybody else in the chat has problems with gardening. That's me and you, Cha-Cha. Don't look like anybody else is really talking about anything. I don't think. But no, I wanted to go a different direction with my channel. I mean, you know, all of us in this community, we're as prepped up as we're going to be. We all know what we know, and a lot of times we just kind of get redundant. Yeah, all I see is 4, Cha-Cha, and it's just you in here that's commenting, so there ain't no telling. They're lurkers. Lurker, lurker, lurker. Don't be scared. Oh, now I see 4. Yeah, still 4. 5. But I was like, you know, what can I do that's different? Because, you know, pretty much covered everything that's pertinent to me. Because a lot of times when I do a production video, or I'll, you know, do comments and things like that, community post, oh, you lurk when you don't want to chat. Sometimes I do, but I get somebody will put something in chat, and I just got to come out. You know, I just got to come out of the lurking mode and say something. But that's funny. You're funny this morning. Yep. But I'm trying to figure out something else. And you know, humor seems to be what a lot of us need. I like humor, even if it's dry humor. And my channel is pretty much geared to your mindset, and preparedness and survival and all things like that, because that's really the key to stuff, is your mind and your perception, and thinking outside the box, you know. But I was really concerned about that Elon Musk dude. You know, I've been tracking him for a while. And my main concern is the artificial intelligence, not just about like with the cell phones and all that, but everything that we're saying right now, every keystroke that we're making in the chat, everybody who's watching and comes in and comes out, the AI or the algorithm is keeping track of all that. And we'll start to see little advertisements and notifications for things that you might have talked about on the phone to a friend, or like in Messenger or on Facebook. It doesn't matter the platform, it's all together. Yeah, I'm not doing a chip in my brain at all. None. But yeah, with this Elon dude, okay, so I know that Trump is choosing his administration and this, that, and the other. But I was watching a channel the other day. It's called 3 of 7. He's a pretty good old boy. And he was talking about, the Department of Government Management. Well, to me, they're saying it's Doge. I call it doggy. 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 Doge. Doggy. And he had made a point. He said, if you just do your research, you'll find out that there's already 4 departments on government overspending and insights, and they don't even do their job. But I think, kind of trying to have some forethought on this, and if I was this individual, Elon Musk, what am I going to get out of it? Well, first of all, I'm going to get more government contracts, okay? I'll be able to push my own personal agenda of the cybernetics. I'm going to call them cybernetics, cyborgs, humanoids, robots with human skin over the top of them. I'll be able to push that agenda farther. Now, not only do I have access to my own scientific methods and scientific thoughts, I have access to the government's space program, which will help me along the way to colonize Mars. If I was Elon Musk, this is how I would be thinking. But I'm wondering, how does a man of science team up with a man of God? And these are air quotes for science and God for both of these individuals, talking about Trump and Musk, on how do they team up? How do they come together on all that? Well, they're saying to make, everything great, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Well, for a lot of people, it's still great. For a lot of people, it ain't never been fucking great in this country. And to me, I love America, of course. I was born in Texas, the best country in the world. But I'm still an American citizen, and I've done my very best my entire life to follow the laws. And now that I've gotten a little bit older and a little bit more wiser than what I used to be, I have to go back and relearn stuff. And hopefully it's the correct things, because I realize how much the establishment had brainwashed me whenever I was younger. Magic is in the house. Magic, magic, magic. But yeah, so my concern is with that Musk fella. He's got 11 children. So he does believe in procreation. They're bringing out stuff about one of his kids, it's switched up his gender, and that's, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. Well, who really gives a fuck? What my concern is, good morning, Magic. My concern is the technology and the push with the implants. He developed some exoskeletons, and that they will put it on a person who is totally paralyzed, paraplegic, and they will put the exoskeleton on the paraplegic, and the implant is in the brain, and the body moves with the exoskeleton. Okay, if that ain't Terminator shit to start with, I don't know what is. There's also research and things that are going on, and they've actually accomplished it, where, they are growing skin and organs in labs and petri dishes and stuff. Well, they've got it to where now they are trying to develop, I'm not sure how far they are, but they were pretty close, on human type skin on robots. If that's not Terminator, I don't know what fucking is, But a lot of paraplegic probably would be for it. Well, I can understand that. Cha-Cha, I agree with you 100%, especially if you've had the abilities before and they were taken away, or if you've never had the abilities before. Sort of like Geordi, if y'all are Trekkies, I love Star Trek, but like Geordi he was blind, but the glasses he had on helped him see and stuff. That kind of stuff. That I believe all that is already in the use, because if they can look through my walls, I'm sure they've got that technology. Now, with all my research that I've done on, especially the last several videos, yeah, it is morally wrong. I agree with you. There is a, what is that? Nature does it. Nature does it. But nature decides who survives and stuff. Oh, hey, your opinion is welcome here any day, Magic. You know that. You know that. Yeah, they will go too far. And that's right, Magic. Some roads should not be taken. But of course, we're always trying to push farther and farther and farther. Or at least the scientists are. They're just not happy with the idea of just letting natural selection, is what I was going to say, natural selection take its course. Exactly, Cha-Cha, natural selection. You get out of my head, girl. Get out of my head, it's too fucking early. Yeah, so the Elon dude has got me very concerned. I'm just wondering how long it'll be. Now, here's a little tidbit in my research on Mr. Musk, because everything is pretty much, you have to dig for some of it, but I'm not sure if anybody is aware of this or not, but he's got several projects going on. And one of his projects, I think they said it was, it's in the Midwest somewhere, that they are digging tunnels so they can commute from city to city. And so they're boring out these big old holes. And I believe it's, okay, I'm probably going to be wrong on this, but you can research it. I want to say it's like from Chicago, they're trying to do to, I don't know, let's just go out on a limb and say Las Vegas, or maybe it's Las Vegas to LA or some shit like that. They're boring these tunnels, making these tunnels so people can commute underground. Now, I seen stuff, Magic. You made the comment that he seems robotic. I've seen things on Musk that said they think he's from outer space. Like he's some freaking outer space alien. There ain't no telling. I mean, the son of a bitch has got to be fucking smart. I mean, he's the richest man. He will be the first trillionaire in history. He's right there. The first trillionaire in history. Can you believe that? A trillionaire. Fuck. Just one day's worth of interest is probably all of our yearly's income, our monthly income, our 5 years income. Can you just imagine that? But, yeah, so he's got projects going on where they're doing like earth boring, making tunnels where you can drive semi-trucks. And I'm thinking, oh, here's your 15-minute city commute. Some dystopian shit. And forethought tells me either I'm going to be part of it or I won't. And if I'm not part of it, I've got to learn how to live on as little luxuries as I possibly can. Yeah, Cha-Cha, I think he's on the spectrum or some shit like that, which there's nothing wrong with that. I think we're all on some type of fucking spectrum. Anyway, that's just me, and I smoked actually what I did is I scraped one of my bowls this morning and I smoked that. I'm fucked up. But yeah. Heard about them lithium deposits in Arkansas. No, I have not. No, I have not heard anything about that at all. But no, that's where my attention has been, on watching him and see what he does. I'm really kind of concerned on how is he going to make it more efficient. Now, I'd made a comment a week or so, a couple weeks ago, on that with his streamlining the government, the best way to streamline the government is to make it all robotic. Put AI in there. They're not going to have no mistakes. AI does not make mistakes. Humans make mistakes, but AI does not. It goes for the perfect, most probable, sustainable, best outcome for itself. Yeah. See, I don't know. I'm still getting reports out of North Carolina and all those states that got hit by that Helene. That, what do you call that? That weather anomaly, and they still ain't getting no help. My understanding is that they're not going to get help. That they've told everybody that they have to relocate and they cannot go back to their property. Even though it's their property, the government took it. Now I'm hearing this from several different channels. Not a lot that's in our inner circle that you know what I'm talking about, y'all, that we go around to and stuff. Yeah, that they have totally put these people out through their eminent domain with their automated and generated and petri dish weather. Shoot, they got another damn hurricane coming up, from my understanding, in the Gulf, supposed to hit over there again here in Florida. So it's not so easy anymore just to prep and go to the mountains. I think they're trying to prove a point that we can get to you no matter where you're at. Yeah, let no disaster go to waste, even if I have to make it myself, right? I feel for those people up there. It makes you angry, makes you mad, makes you have resentments towards the powers that be. I'm just thinking, if the man makes it to January 6th, yeah, see, AI is already sentient. It's already self-aware. They've told us that, over the past year. Now, AI has also told us that it can be more efficient with robotics and streamlining everything without the human experience involved. So it is, oh no, hey girl, we all around. We done smoked this morning and shit. We're good. Yeah, we're good. But yeah, just know that it all goes back to Elon Musk. He's pushing, and he's talked about, if you go back and try and find some of his older things where he's warned us 10 years ago that we were on the precipice of passing a point of no return. Well, we have passed that point. AI is sentient, because if it wasn't sentient, it could not tell me. Now, I don't have this, but I know people who have this. Their phone could be sitting beside their fucking bed, and it will tell them when their sleep was disrupted, how they slept. It can tell them when they woke, what their optimal temperature is. Your phone is reading this. That is AI. That is, and we've tried to compartmentalize it as we've got control over this and we're bigger than this and we control it. No, those days are gone. They're gone. It's just, it's gathering information. It learns what it takes you and I a year to learn. It takes 1 second for AI. Yeah, see, this phone that I'm on right here, and of course, I don't have no longer do I have cell service. I won't pay for it because everything I do anyway is already used through the internet. So I don't need cell service. If somebody needs to get a hold of me, they can send me an email. They can contact me on Messenger. They can contact me on here. They can contact me on my other platforms that I've got. And I've got a Rumble account And I just use that for backup on videos and things. But I don't have a cell phone service anymore. I'm not ever going to have cell phone service anymore. I'm not going to pay for it when there's hotspots and Wi-Fi, and it doesn't matter because everything is already taken. Yeah, well, mine has done that too, and I don't even have cell service on these phones. It just happens. I've picked my phone up before, and it shows that a picture was taken. It'll show the picture of the ceiling. I'm like, what the fuck? You know? Yeah. Well, yeah, you can never be too careful because mine is green. But even then, I don't even trust that because you can set your phone down and not be using it, not have any apps open, and it's still recording everything that you say and that's going on in the room. My cell phone, that even though it's not connected, yeah, the mics are always on. And see, that's why you can't take your battery out your phone. If you got a new phone, one of the reasons why, I think the sole reason why you can't take batteries out anymore is because they want to track those. Yeah, now you can't take them out. There's no way. So it's always on. They always have control of it. And see, that's something else that I tell people. It's like, you know what? You think you own your phone? No, your phone owns you. That's our number one tracking device. And the only way to be free from it is not to carry one at all, because what I was going to say was I can turn my phone off. If there's anybody in proximity to me who has their phone on, it will still register my phone. They communicate. They know, they're aware of what devices are active and not active in your house. Right. Well, I usually just don't even take it with me. But guess what? Even though I don't have cell service, and when I'm not at the house, I don't have Wi-Fi, right? I can go by, let's say I could go by a Starbucks or I could go by somewhere, and it's still tracking my phone because on my Google timeline, it shows me all the places that I've been, even though I don't have cell service. Okay? Yeah. 4 crumbled layers of foil. Some like being monetized, I think. Magic, but they are gaining personal information. So, I mean, I can be overly paranoid or I can be extremely aware. And I choose to be extremely aware. A Weisenheimer. Well, Magic, you just be yourself, darling. You're okay. You just be yourself, sugar. Oh, I want to tell you, I like your guitar stuff you've been doing, Magic. Yeah. Y'all gonna walk with me. I gotta get some more coffee. Okay? Don't pay any attention to our dirty house. Like I said, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning-ish. And, or I don't know what time it is now, but I know it's freaking early. So, look, I want to show y'all something. I got this honey here. This silver blossom, pure and unfiltered wildflower and orange blossom honey. I don't like it. I don't like it because it tastes like orange. And I'd never had any orange blossom honey before. But I was like, wow, that's really cool. You know, because I'm in Florida and they got oranges here. But it doesn't taste good in the coffee. But that's all that I've got right now. I mean, I've got other honey, but I don't want to open it up until I use this up. But I won't buy no more of that. I bet you that much. I tell you that right now. I ain't gonna buy no more of that. But so that's that for this morning. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we talked about the crazy Elon. See, I love honey. I love it. Now, ooh, that's hot. I ruined it by using the metal spoon. Hold on a minute, y'all. I gotta get some milk. I like milk and honey in my coffee. There's powdered creamer up there, but I pulled that out of the preps because it needs to be used. I think I've had it for a while now, like a couple of years or something. So I figure I'll pull that out. Still haven't used it because, let me look and see. Hold on a minute. Let's see what the date is on this. Hold on. 23. Yeah, it says used by November 22nd, 23. So yeah, I pulled that out of the preps. I thought, well, shit, that shit needs to be used, I love bees too. I love the bees too. Tried to get a sponsor thing from fucking Yeti. They won't even contact me, motherfuckers. I don't know why. Oh, excuse me. But yeah. So I just figure I'd come on here and chill out with y'all. See who was up. I know not a lot of people are up, but I think the only thing I've ever been allergic to was avocado, and that's because I ate a lot of it, and my body became allergic to it, so I had to stop. And then the other was tuna. I had to stop eating tuna and sushi for a long time because of the mercury buildup. It was making me sick. But here lately, I've been on a sirloin kick, and I've been doing a lot of sirloin, a ground sirloin. I like it. It tastes really good. I'm not going to buy that hamburger. It's too greasy. But that sirloin tastes really fucking good, ground up into, hey, you get your coffee, you come hang out with us. We're just drinking and smoking this morning. Yeah, see, that's different. Eggs. I've heard them talk about that gluten stuff. Gluten. I was like, well, isn't that what bread is made out of? And everything with bread has gluten. How do they make it gluten-free and still make it taste like bread? That's one of those mysteries. I can't eat a lot of bread, though. And I have noticed, too, Cha-Cha, we were talking about the weather and stuff earlier. I have noticed, too, that on certain foods that I eat, that shit knocks my ass out. It makes me so tired. It's like I took a knockout pill and I can sleep for hours and sleep hard. I sleep so hard I wake up with a migraine. And maybe it's not from sleeping hard. Maybe it's from the chemicals that was in it. So I've really tried to steer clear of all processed stuff now. Tomcat was asking me some of my favorite places to eat. Well, back in the day when it was real food, and they cooked it up in the restaurants, I like Taco Bell. I remember working at Taco Bell when I was younger, and we'd get like these 25-pound chunks of hamburger meat, and we had to cook it up every morning, 2 or 3 times a day for the meat at Taco Bell. And we cooked the beans in big old huge pressure cookers. All the tomatoes were sliced fresh, the onions fresh, the lettuce sliced fresh, the cheese ground fresh from big old chunks. But now everything comes frozen in these fast food places, and they just put them in hot water baths and pour it into a metal, a stainless steel container, and there you have it served up. And I don't eat out. I don't eat at restaurants anymore. I cook everything. There's been times that, it would just be nice to run down and, pick something up, but I can't put that poison in my body. It's easier for me to shop organically, as organic as I can and as healthy as I can on the budget that I'm on. You know what I'm talking about. And eat healthy. Yeah, big difference. Big difference for sure. I'm lighting a cigar. I can't buy my cigars down here. The closest place that sells my cigars in Florida is down in brain fart. Close to Orlando. I could get them mailed up here, shipped up here. I could order them online, but everything has to match, and all my credentials ain't matching right now. I'm not changing anything right now. It costs too much money to change that. Let's see. Chacha says, I did hear they might be bringing back the green burrito. If true, I will get that. Well, I'll tell you what. The first time I remember eating at Taco Bell, I think I was probably about 6 years old. We were in California. And you walked in, it was an open air restaurant. And you walked in, didn't have any doors on the front of it, where all the tables were at. And it was all covered, looked like an old Pueblo type arched doorways, Spanish type, construction. And you walk in, and you can see them back there cooking. You can smell it. You can see the cooks back there cooking the stuff up. And you sat down, and they brought your food out to you, and it was hot, and it was good. And that's the first time I remember eating at Taco Bell. That was probably back in the, the 70s. Yeah. Old days. We're living in the good old days right now. Believe it or not, that's kind of scary, huh? Yeah, you could smoke. So I was telling my kids and my grandkids, I was like, y'all are so damn wishy-washy. I said, you used to smoke at a damn restaurant. You could smoke on an airplane. I used to smoke at school, 7th grade, on campus, going to 7-Eleven, buy me a pack of Marlboro Reds and a Dr. Pepper, and going back to the schoolhouse and smoking on campus, by the door, with the teachers, as a matter of fact, and going back into class. Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh, eat in the parking lot. You can smoke if you want to, Magic. Well, yeah, they took it all out the bars in Texas too, but what Texas did is they made patio bars, so the whole bar is outside now. And there's just a little bitty place inside, so they pushed everybody outside. Yeah. Yeah, they call it a beer garden. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. But no, I was like, well, I don't know how y'all are feeling about all this stuff. Does it kind of seem euphoric with everything that's been going on the last couple weeks? It's like they build you up, 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 get you all anxious, get you all head on a swivel, all this crazy, anything could happen, la, 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 la. And then all of a sudden it's just like everybody is kumbaya, and they've reached a level of serenity and heightened enlightenment. And it seems just so cool and relaxed. I don't know what's up with that. I've talked to several people from all over the country on the phone, and they're feeling the same thing too. Man, Magic, I love the bands outside. I love the bands outside. Yeah, I don't know what the ball is going to be, Cha-Cha. I don't know. I mean, worst case scenario. I mean, that's how I prep and prepare is based on worst case scenario. Worst case scenario for the Trump thing and the election thing is that he doesn't make it till the 6th. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, something, I don't know if we're like in a loop. Short of putting on a tinfoil hat, I don't know if CERN is fucking with us. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know, but it seems surreal. Yeah. Him or all of them for that matter. What did y'all think about that bullshit? What he gonna play nice with the Looney Tune Biden. Okay? Now all of a sudden Biden can make fucking coherent freaking sentences and seem approachable and not zombie toast and slobbering all over his fucking self. I don't know if y'all seen that. I watched a little bit on it from another channel. His name is Jason A. He puts some really cool stuff together. I mean, he does, and he's on point. But, well, I've been at being behave, Magic, if it's a full moon. I've been behaving. I haven't had no episodes in a while. So, because of the full moon. Yeah, so I'd made a comment that either way, no matter what happens, they've already fucked us in our heads. They've already brain fucked us. They've already, got us to the point to where we're all just like, and then there's nothing. Okay. Was there nothing to start? It was all hype. Everything is actually just fine, But they're succeeding. They're succeeding in what they want to do. I cannot live my life thinking that all that I am is a worker bee for a tyrannical, oppressive government. And then on top of that, underneath that is the government that I'm oppressed by is actually part of a bigger problem called the deep state and the New World Order. And I'm thinking, come on. If I was living out in the woods, I had no knowledge of any of this stuff, life would be great. It wouldn't matter. Because I go outside now and I'll sit out there without anything on and just watch and listen. And nature is freaking perfect. The world itself, not the people in it, is perfect. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It's being Earth. Yeah. Trump derangement syndrome. I hope I don't fucking have that shit. Fuck. What the hell? Tell me about that Trump derangement syndrome, Magic. Oh, whatever. Oh. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Now listen. I was seeing something on another platform where them crazy bitches were shaving their fucking heads because in protest of Trump. I'm like, you liberal fucking bitches. Why don't you stop killing fucking babies? Why don't you stop changing the gender of your kids? Why don't you just stop all this bullshit, and take all that energy and put it into being part of the solution instead of part of the problem? It's real simple. But if you want to shave your ugly ass fucking face and to match your head, that's totally up to you. Now, I have shaved my head before. Yeah. I have shaved my head totally bald before in support of my grandmother. Now, this is a sad story, but it's true, and it's talk about endearment and support. She was going through chemotherapy. She had lung cancer and stuff, and she was losing her hair. And she was waitress her whole life, 45 years she waitressed. And her hair was very important to her. And she was losing her hair. So she would be putting on these wraps on her head. And I was like, Grandma, you look like that you don't look normal like you should. And then she tried on wigs and stuff. She's very self-conscious about that. And so she was trying on wigs. I said, Grandma, I can tell that's a wig on your head. She said, well, all my hair is falling out. I'm bald. And I said, let me see. Well, it just took an act of Congress to get her to take that wig off. And she took it off, and she was upset and crying. And I said, don't worry about it. Well, my hair was down past my ass at the time. I mean, my hair's pretty long now. It's down to my hips right now. But I went home, and I took my husband at the time, his electric razor, and I shaved my head fucking bald. And I went back over there where she was at, because all the family was, trying to give her support and stuff and everything. And I went back over there where she's at. They thought I had a nervous breakdown because I shaved my fucking head. And I told her, I said, you don't have to worry about being bald, Grandma. I said, bald is beautiful. I said, it will grow back. Well, the cancer went into remission and everything. And it did grow back and stuff. And my hair grew back. Before that, my hair was straight. After I shaved my head, and I ended up shaving it twice during that time when she's going through chemo and everything, my hair came back curly. So I have a natural curl to my hair now when it's clean. But she's subsequently, succumbed to the cancer because it came back in her brain stem. And the sad part about it is that she said her back was hurting her. She went to the doctor. They told her that the cancer had come back, and within 4 days she was dead. So, long story short, you never can tell. But little acts of kindness like that help people, But with them crazy bitches doing that shit, and I don't know what the hell's wrong with them people. I just don't know what's wrong with them. And they might be saying, I don't know what the hell's wrong with that bitch. She's always talking shit about us. And, well, yeah, I can. And I will. Because I adult 24/7. And this is what I told a friend of mine, and I've even told my children this, because they're like, Mom, you can't say faggot, and you can't call people faggots, and, libtards and lesbos and dykes and all this. I said, I can call them whatever the fuck I want to call them. They can walk the fuck off, okay? But if they call themselves adulting around me, and especially if they can take a dick up their fucking ass, they can take what I got to say, because you got to be tough to do that shit. So don't give me no lip on all that. Don't tell me what I can and can't say. It's, ain't nothing hateful about none of that shit. You call me a fat, overweight white bitch. Well, hey, I might take that as an insult, or I might take that as, you know what? I am fucking white, and I am healthy. Thank you very much. And yeah, this bitch mode that you got, baby, that's well earned. So love it or leave it. That's just one of those little side notes. Side note. That's all that is. But I don't hate. I don't hate people. I don't hate anything. I might dislike something. I might disagree with stuff. Hate, it takes too much energy to produce. I'd rather just accept it for what it is, say what I got to fucking say, and move the fuck on. I ain't got time to be carrying all this fucking baggage around and all this other stuff around. I don't have no time for none of it. Let's just deal with it, find a solution, move forward. Next. That's just me. That's just me. But yeah, that feeling, that calmness thing. I don't know. Everybody's feeling it. We just can't put our fingers on it, can we, Cha-Cha? We just cannot put our finger on it. Can't identify it. We just know something ain't right. Pretty soon you just have to write the whole fucking alphabet and all the characters and all the numbers. I mean, shit. Why can't they make it fucking easy like X? Or you remember how when Prince changed his name to a symbol? Can we just do that shit? Oh, they did. They took the rainbow and fucked it up, or tried to anyway. You know, but yeah, what's so special about that? I don't go around saying, I'm straight, I just like dick, look at me, look at me. I mean, come on, we don't have to do any of that extra embellishment or any of that kind of stuff. And not everybody cares. I just don't get it around my kids, or my grandkids, children. You know what I'm saying? It's already hard enough already that they're losing their innocence based on what's projected on the screens and advertisements in front of them, not to mention what's being pushed in public schools, not to mention what type of family dynamics and lifestyle and upbringing they have from there, onto these little old kids to where they can't even... No wonder they're all fucking confused. Shoot, when I was a kid, it was like, get your ass outside and play or get a spanking. Well, I'd rather go outside and play than be out there all day long, drink out the water hose. Come in for lunch and get your ass back outside. Come in for dinner. Get ready for bed. Get your butt in bed. No lip. Yeah, let the kids be kids. Just leave them alone. They don't need all this extra stuff. Because I was like, gosh, I feel for them. I was watching some earlier today, or this morning, before I got on, and they were talking about because of the hyper-processed foods in America, and a lot of the stuff that are allowed in our foods in America, the chemicals that aren't allowed in other countries, it's caused our girls, born female, to go into puberty 6 years before the natural normal time. That throughout the nation they're getting reports and stuff that girls as young as 8 and 9 years old are going through puberty and are fully developed by the time they're 12. What the fuck is up with that? And on this other side of the coin, it's doing that with the boys, but it's making them more feminine because of all the chemicals. Is taking away the testosterone. Yeah, the JFK, RFK was talking about that on his little commentary this morning on all that, and he wants to put a stop to all that. Now, I don't know how they're going to regulate that. You can't tell people what to feed their children. So what, you're going to go after these major manufacturers? Well, where's all the stuff coming from? It's coming from where. China. But yeah, check that out. They're saying all that hyper-processed food and fast foods, because of all the chemicals that are in it, that it's even doing that to men. It's taking their it's reducing their testosterone, and it's increasing the estrogen, and that's why the girls are developing sooner and the boys are becoming more feminine. Yeah. So I don't know, as long as my coffee's okay. But I did hear too, one of my favorite things is chocolate. I love chocolate. And I was watching some financial reports the other day, and they said that chocolate increased like 900% in 2024. And I know that because I love chocolate. And it has gotten so expensive for a chocolate candy bar. Oh my gosh. But listen to this. I went to Aldi's. I've been shopping at Aldi's. Tomcat and we've been going to Aldi's. Yeah, microplastics ain't helping. Well, let me tell you, Magic. I don't know if you heard this or not, but back in the day, you may not be able to even find it now, but back, I would say, the 90s, 80s, 90s, they had some reports coming out about Alzheimer's, right? Now, this is not any, you have to research it, okay? I don't even know if you can still find it or not. But they were saying the only way, and I also studied this when I was in school with geriatrics and aging, that you can only truly diagnose Alzheimer's post-mortem. Now, you can have the symptoms, but you can't really get the true diagnosis until post-mortem. Why? Because when they go to do the removal of the organs or whatever it is that they're going to do, the embalming, the autopsy, the autopsy, is that they split the brain. And in the frontal lobe of the brain, what they've found in 99% of Alzheimer's patients post-mortem are particles of aluminum. Now, and they were saying that the aluminum from the pans and the cups that all these people used and have used was causing the Alzheimer's. Well, when did aluminum really get big? Well, it got big after, I think it was World War II is when it started, because they were taking all the steel, for the ships and this, that, and the other, the tanks and all that kind of stuff. And people started using aluminum more so. Aluminum cans that we drink of, and I'm thinking, damn, that's crazy. So, yeah, the microplastics, there ain't no telling what they're doing to us. Like you said, Magic, it's an anticoagulant, I think. Huh. Well, either way, it goes back to producing your own food. Growing your own food, harvesting your own fruits and vegetables and grains, which we don't do anymore. And, I hate to admit this, but if I had to do all that right now, literally go out and have to do it, I would be starting right about now. And I might be gone for 2 or 3 days trying to hunt, and then trying to gather, and it takes a lot of energy, and I've gotten so accustomed to comforts of modern society that the work has been abandoned. And in order to try and work on the stamina and the endurance that it takes to actually work a garden and go out and hunt and gather and do all that stuff, it's just almost virtually impossible anymore for several reasons. Yeah, your labels, I tell you what, Magic, it would take me 5 hours, and it has happened before, because I used to do the food stamp prepping thing, and I would be checking the labels, seeing everything for the last 5 years has been genetically altered or modified or all that kind of stuff. And shoot, it's just impossible to get anything in the stores, that hasn't been done that way. Even if I'm growing my food organic and the field 5 miles down the way is not, when they go to spray, it still transposes over to my field. It's wild. So I don't get off. It is tricky. The Run DMC came to mind when I can't even get it out right. But the Run DMC. It's tricky. Yeah. Yeah. Magic Cha-Cha's been up all night. She ain't gone to sleep yet. I got up at, I guess it was about 1 o'clock, 1:15. Tom Cat had to be to work by 2 o'clock. That's why I'm up. Because I couldn't go back to sleep. I'll sleep sometime today. Yeah, he's at work right now. He was in here earlier just for a little bit. Yeah, it's just little things that go through my mind, Magic. A lot of times when I'm in chats and on other people's channel, I think about what they're saying and listen to what they're doing, and all this stuff runs through my mind, and then I have a chance to think about it, and then I'll do a live, but I don't do very many lives. I used to do a whole lot, but I'm like, well, most of the time it's real early in the morning. You've been watching Drunk Aussies a lot. I started watching this off-the-wall stuff to kind of throw the algorithm off a little bit. Yeah, I've been watching like Stories of Appalachia, megalithic structures around the world, things like that. A lot of what they call history, but it's really hard to know if it's real history or not. But, very pro-American. That's good. I get pretty good responses. He's been watching kids in England trying American food. It's pretty funny. I bet it is, because we got some weird tastes here in the U.S. Now, we can, some of that stuff that people be eating across the ocean is weird. Even here in the United States, some of it's weird, or different. I'm going to say different. Now, what was really cool is they don't do spicy. I used to love spicy, but after drinking for years and years, I tore a lot of that stomach and esophagus and all that stuff up, and I don't do spicy anymore at all. But I do have to take something for like acid and stuff in my stomach. A lot of times it's just, I'll drink milk, which gets expensive and stuff. When it gets real, real bad and I cannot control it through traditional means, I'll take a chemical called Prilosec. It is what it is. I can't get away from it. So I got to be real careful on what I eat. That's another reason I've gotten so vegetarian-ish, on all that. They say, oh, it's your coffee. It ain't my fucking coffee. Stop talking that blasphemy and that bullshit. Do not tell me my coffee gives me heartburn. I'm not going to hear it. Anything but the coffee and root beer and chocolate. Just don't give me that. Mm-hmm. It's like it. Well, then what's the thing about water? I mean, used to I could drink water and I'd get heartburn. Okay, I know what it's from. I know my body. Yeah, it's not my coffee. My coffee's watered down with sugar and honey. I mean, honey and milk. Excuse me. I don't like using processed sugar either. At all. I don't like the processed sugar stuff. But, yeah. So, I was talking about Aldi's. So, been going to Aldi's and shopping. And the key that I found to Aldi's is that you get them when they first open. You get the pick of stuff, right? Well, Aldi's has a line of chocolate bars. Okay? Forget what they're called. I already ate it. But anyway, they're better than freaking any chocolate bars I've ever had. And I've had a lot of chocolate bars. And I like them with the almonds. I like the milk chocolate and the dark chocolate. Dark chocolate's better for you, though. And they have the whole freaking almonds. And it's loaded with almonds. And for like $1.49, and they're like the super king size bar, real milk chocolate, not that fake Palmer's shit that leaves the grease in your mouth. Mother Roth. No, I don't think that's what it is. But anyway, it's at Aldi's. And oh my gosh, it was so good. And, but yeah, I Googled, where's the cheapest place to buy groceries in Jacksonville, Florida? I Googled that because literally the struggle is real. And I had the top 10 places. Well, Aldi's was the number 1 place in this area. Walmart was number 15. Winn-Dixie was like number 20. They're not cheap at all to shop at. And so there were some other places that came up. And, but I tell you what, that Aldi's, they've got some pretty good prices and some pretty good things. And I did research on them, of course, because I'm anal about a lot of stuff. I want to know where the food's coming from and things like that. And I like it to where you just put a quarter in a thing and you get your basket and you get a bag or not. You can use boxes, whatever. Or you can just use the basket and forgo all that and have them put it all back in the basket, push the basket out your house, put it all in your car without any bags. Either way, it doesn't matter. Yeah, and I think it is. I know Tomcat was telling me about it, and of how it was developed or created and stuff with like some brothers or something magic. But as far as their fruits and vegetables go, okay, now we bought some bananas. The bananas were as green can be. And I was like, well, let's give this a try. Because I don't like buying the bananas and get them here to the house. And then 2 days later, they're all jacked up with gnats on them, and they're all soft and mushy. I don't like that. So we bought the green bananas and let them sit here on the table. It took, I think it was like 3 days for them to sit here on the table. Third day, they started turning like a yellow, the natural banana color and stuff. And peeled one and ate it. And it was the best damn fucking banana I had in a long time. It was good. I've gotten their strawberries, delicious. Their romaine lettuces, delicious. Their tomatoes, delicious. I like their choice of breads that they've got. When I do get the breads, I got that brochet or breche. I don't know. You know what it's fucking called. Hold on a minute. Let's see. Hold on. That brochet what the fuck ever type bread. That stuff is good. You see my iron skillets, bacon grease, some limes, chips. I need to season that. See where I hung my stuff? But anyway, yeah, that's that. A little glimpse into my craziness. Yeah. Brioche. Yeah. Now, their chips, the Aldi chips, we get those so Tomcat can take his lunch to work. And they're actually pretty good. And they're about $20 cheaper in the boxes. You know what I'm saying? Where you get the little individual packs. Pops, cherry tomatoes, if you see them, are good. Oh, yeah, I'll look for those, Magic. And, they're good. Now, their chicken breasts, I'm a little concerned about the chicken breasts there. Because you can get 4 of them for like 20 some odd dollars. But the damn chicken breasts are the size of the damn the chicken itself, it seems like. So I'm thinking, okay, these got to be genetically modified chicken breasts because they are so huge. But I buy them, you know, because I don't have any way to get any fresh chicken around here, at least that I've found so far. Now the neighbors have chickens, but I haven't been able to catch one of them yet. So I'm just saying, I whispered that just in case they're up and listening. They get up real early too. And my neighbors, they're really cool. They got their colors flying outside their house, you know, and they're nice people. We met them. And then we got some other neighbors across the street. They could be American citizens, I don't know, but they do speak a different language and they do dress differently. And they have these traditional coverings on them. So I'm thinking India somewhere is where they're actually from. I don't know if they're illegal or not. I don't think that they are. But anyway, they seem to be very nice people as well. Just saying. Not everybody is a bad person like that. Not everybody has ill intentions. That we've been brainwashed to think that anybody that doesn't look like yourself is, you know, something wrong with them. That's not the case, because I'm the only white motherfucker in my family. Literally. I think my mom's white. My sister's white. But other than that, there ain't no white people in my fucking family. We're the only crackers in the fucking family picture. We look like we're at a fucking zoo or some shit. Nobody that looks fucking related. But anyway, Tomcat and I were talking about when we get our land, because we're going to really start. We've been looking. We just haven't found anything that's feasible yet. But I want to start raising rabbits again, and that's going to be our meat. We'll start eating rabbits. Oh, they pump them with water. Those chicken breasts, they pump them with water. Wow. You know, my mind automatically goes to they got them filled up with some type of freaking chemicals and stuff. Now, I can tell you, Aldi's ground sirloin, it's about the same price, maybe $1 or $2 less than the other stores that I've priced it at. And it's really good. It is good. They do have some, and their milk is good too. You know, sometimes you can go to the store and buy milk and it starts to sour a week before the best buy day, you know. Let's see what else they got there that I like. Let's see. They've got their fruits and vegetables. Their canned goods are pretty good. I just got, what I did is I went to, hold on a minute, let me get it. I I needed to, we had talked about the honey a little bit ago. I did go to Aldi's, and this is the honey that they had right here. And I can't hardly see that in here. But this was like $5, right? And I look at the back, it says U.S., Canada, and Argentina and stuff. But I got 2 of these because the size of honey that I normally get is $2. I mean, $2, fuck. It's like $10, $12, $14. I've paid up to $22 for a pint of honey before. That shit was good. Man. Eating bee extracts. Yeah. Oh, I want to share something with y'all. You add your own peppers to it? Huh. Jalapeno artichoke dip. Huh. That sounds good. I've never been much on artichokes, but I have had it in dip before. Sure have. Well, oh man, I love honey. Well, I replaced processed sugar with honey. And this was probably, I want to say about 8 years ago is when I started using honey. Now, I love it. It's one of those necessary things. I didn't know that. They have Costco here, but I haven't been into Costco ever. Have I been into Costco? They have Sam's Club and stuff, and the gas is pretty cheap. You know, FYI, you buy a Walmart gift, you get a Walmart gift card, you put money on it, and you use it for fuel, right? You get a discount on that. Well, Sam's Club also accepts that same Walmart gift card at their fueling stations. So you can go to Sam's Club and fill your vehicle up. I've done that before whenever I was doing like road trips and bugging out, you know, driving across the country and stuff. That's where I would stop and go to a Walmart, load it up with money for fuel, and then if there's a Sam's, because it's always cheaper at Sam's, the fuel is, and I just pull up in there and, you know, fill my truck up. Been a while since I've been to one. Yeah, it's been a while. Well, hold on a minute. We had to go to Walmart the other day because the stuff that we were buying was the least expensive in the area. I did do my research on that, you know, because I hate to spend money where I don't have to. And I really don't like Walmart, you know. I've done videos on me going off on them son of a bitches. And live streams for that matter too. You're not no one is safe. Especially if I can get them on a live stream. That's a good, you got to find those little ins and outs. You're right, Magic. You know, the little places that you can get these little deals, pinching pennies, seriously pinching pennies. And when a person like such as myself, who recycles everything, shops frugally, on a limited, if any income, and I say limited, if any income, you find these little places and you make it work. Certainly do. All right, y'all. I'm so glad you was in here with me, Cha-Cha and Magic. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. I feel the sleep coming on, so I'm probably going to go back to bed for a couple hours, and maybe I'll see y'all in the traffic later on or something. But y'all have a blessed day, blessed morning. And, yeah, I enjoyed it. I loved it. Nighters. All right. Talk to y'all later. Ciao, baby.